What happens when one becomes excessively aware of one's own existence, thoughts, and feelings? This question invites us into the mind of Portuguese writer Fernando Pessoa, who deeply explored the paradox of self-awareness. Pessoa argued that when we turn our gaze inward, when we scrutinize our thoughts, feelings, and existence, we risk alienating ourselves from the effortless current of life. This heightened self-consciousness, Pessoa suggests, can erect a barrier between us and the world around us. As we become more introspective, we grow more aware of the distinction between ourselves and others. This awareness can breed feelings of loneliness and disconnection. Moreover, this paradox of self-awareness brings forth a conflict. We yearn for self-knowledge, but the more we understand ourselves, the more we stumble upon our own complexities and contradictions. This realization can lead not to contentment, but to profound confusion or disillusionment. In Pessoa's view, the more we understand ourselves, the more we might become aware of the complexities and contradictions within our own nature. Fernando Pessoa, in his contemplative writings, paints a vivid picture of the consequences of introspection. One of the most poignant impacts of acute self-awareness, as proposed by Pessoa, is the feeling of loneliness. As we delve deeper into our minds, we mark a distinct boundary between ourself and the external world. This growing awareness of the self and other creates a chasm, leading to feelings of disconnection and isolation. The world, once a playground of shared experiences, becomes an alien landscape viewed from the solitary confinement of our minds. Then comes the loss of spontaneity. With heightened self-awareness, every action, every emotion becomes an object of scrutiny. The joy of an impromptu dance, the thrill of an unplanned adventure, the purity of an unguarded smile, all become subjects of over-analysis. This scrutiny can lead to a kind of paralysis, a stagnation, where every action becomes burdened with self-consciousness. The world no longer interacts with you. Instead, it waits for your calculated response. Pessoa's exploration of self-awareness also opened the door to existential angst. With introspection comes the realization of the transient nature of life and the inevitability of death. The knowledge that our existence is fleeting and potentially arbitrary can stir a profound sense of dread. The world, once teeming with life, is now a ticking clock, counting down the seconds of our ephemeral existence. Finally, Pessoa introduced the notion of the multiplicity of selves, the idea that within each of us there are numerous selves, each with their own desires, fears, and contradictions. This concept complicates the notion of a unified identity, adding another layer to the complexity of self-awareness. The world is no longer a stage where we play one role. Instead, it becomes a theater of myriad performances, each reflecting a different facet of our being. Pessoa recognized that deep introspection can lead to existential dread as one becomes aware of the transient nature of life, the inevitability of death, and the seemingly arbitrary nature of existence. How does this paradox affect our search for meaning? Fernando Pessoa's exploration of self-awareness extends into the realm of our quest for meaning. In a world that can often seem indifferent or even hostile to our existence, the search for meaning becomes a struggle. This struggle intensifies as we become more self-aware and introspective. We start to see the world and our place in it with a clearer yet harsher light. The more we understand ourselves and our place in the universe, the more we grapple with the potential meaninglessness of our existence. This tension, this paradox, is at the heart of Pessoa's work. It's the tension between the desire to find meaning and the realization that life might be inherently devoid of it. Yet, despite this existential dread, Pessoa encourages us not to shy away from these difficult questions. Pessoa's work reflects the existential struggle that can arise from deep introspection and self-consciousness, inviting us to reflect on the nature of the self and the challenge of balancing self-awareness with engagement in the world. In the end, what can we learn from Pessoa's exploration of the paradox of self-awareness? Well, for starters, the Portuguese scribe's intricate dissection of self-awareness highlights how this heightened state of consciousness can lead to a sense of disconnection. As we delve deeper into our own psyche, we risk erecting walls between ourselves and the world around us. Pessoa also brings to light the paradox of existence itself. The quest for self-knowledge, while noble, can often lead us down a path of confusion and disillusionment. The more we learn about ourselves, the more we are confronted with the complexities and contradictions within us. And let's not forget the loss of spontaneity. As we scrutinize every action and emotion, we stand to lose the very essence of our natural selves. Lastly, Pessoa's work underlines the existential dread that can stem from acute self-awareness and the struggle to find meaning in an indifferent universe. As we navigate our own journeys of self-awareness, Pessoa's insights offer a sobering reminder of the complexities and paradoxes inherent in the human condition.